Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. And now we already did the Happy Mail and hauls. We had two parts on that because we got disconnected the first time. But what I want to do, and I do have this written down somewhere already in another one of my molies somewhere, but I didn't. I just thought about doing it this morning, so I didn't go dig it out. But because we talked about the paper piecing, collaging, and flow book that has all the awesome papers in it, I want us to make a list. So if you're watching, of course, you can always go back. Hey, Dragonfly, thanks for being here. And anybody else, I cannot see the chat list right now, guys, without toggling. So if I miss saying hi to you, I'm sorry. My chat list is pop-out chat's not working. So what I want to do here is, and if y'all always see this card, I even had somebody go, "What's with that little pink card?" Well, this helps my camera focus with the light, because if I don't have it there, see how the light, it just helps the camera to focus, when, especially if you have white paper. So what I want to do, I just got a scrap sheet of paper here, is I'm going to write down everything we can think of where you find paper. So of course, we just talked about the Flow magazine, but it doesn't just have to be Flow magazine or book, but that's just an example of paper books or books about paper or that have lots of paper in them. So any kind of book like that, okay, that have paper samples in it. So I'm just going to start writing things down. And so, for instance, we've used maps, old books, like for text, old books for text. I always get clearance books. Clearance books? Clearance books, or dollar store books or whatever. Calendars. I'm writing big here so that y'all can see. Magazines. And don't forget magazines, especially themed ones. So, for instance, not just your fashion magazines. Yeah, Carrie's just said junk mail. I'll try to catch everything y'all say. If I miss one, then just repeat it. Especially theme magazines. Let's just say you're a dog lover and you want an art journal and you want pictures of dogs. You don't know where to find pictures of dogs. Buy the Kennel Club or whatever they're called, magazines, and use those for your. Now, I am not talking about using any of this stuff to make your art, copy it, and duplicate it and sell it. We're just right now here. This is just our art journals, our collages, color books. We've been using color books in a lot of our art journals lately. Wrapping paper, yeah, we mentioned that last hour. And of course, we all have scrapbook paper. I still have some old wallpaper books. I guess they still give them away. I don't know. I still have a couple of those. Yeah, catalogs. Yeah, old books. Yeah, old books. Yeah. And of course, I'll just say postcards and ephemera, because there's a ton of different kinds of ephemera that can uh, ephemera, EPH. There we go. That could be movie tickets, anything, any kind. Um, yeah, travel guides and brochures. Yeah, jelly prints. That's a good one. That's a good one, Lynn, because we do jelly prints. Okay. And you could own paper like with stencils and stamps. So you can make your own designs. Yeah. Uh, what do you call it? Hang on, guys. I got to look away from the chat because my mind went blank. Uh, Clip art. books online and clip art in actual books. Clip art books and online. You can get free clip art too. Of course, some of you, yeah. Well, I'm just talking about the paper now. I'm talking about paper. Yeah, paint chip samples. And also, don't go crazy, but you can get the paint chip samples and brochures. Like, they'll have a brochure, like a room cut painted. Yeah, old photos. Of course, that could fall under ephemera as well. Coffee filters. Newspaper. Yeah, Pinterest, I would consider that online. When I say clip art books and online. Yeah, you can find anything online. Yep, decorative napkins. We've got a whole book on that, which somebody asked if we'd do that today. Um, let's just say packaging instead of like specifically cereal boxes, packaging. Old package. Whether it be a soup can label. Do they even have labels on can? I guess. Anyway. But anyway, any kind of packaging, whether it be food, any kind. It can be your, you know, any kind. Okay, deli paper. That's another good one. Yep, tissue paper, like the decorative, like gift wrapping, tissue paper. Like, I'll just put in gift in parentheses so we'll know what we're talking about. Homework. Whippy. Okay. Old homework. Let's say old homework. Yeah. That would fall under packaging, like tea bags and that kind of thing. Any kind of packaging. Tracing paper. Lindsay said tracing paper. And of course, this doesn't even necessarily been Kelly says Kelly's chiming in here. Yeah. Okay, we got yeah, like she said, old correspondence. That could be ephemera. Let's just say postcard and letters. You know. Thank you, Kelly. Doilies, yeah, paper doilies. Let's go back up here. Paper doilies. Yeah, that would go under packaging, Donna. Paper doilies. How do you spell doilies? I think with one L. Yeah, receipts. I before E, except after C. Everybody, Terry said hi, Kelly. Actually, she did say to tell Terry I said hi because I told her that you said hi, Terry. So she had said to tell you hi. Yeah, tickets would go under ephemera. Yeah, stickers. Stickers is a good one. Let's put stickers. And rub-ons. Rub-ons have, that's another, kind of a letters and, it's another way. Luggage labels, I would consider luggage labels to go under ephemera as well. Used dryer sheets. Hey, E.T. Yep, dryer sheets and baby wipes. And I don't mean used ones in the sense, I mean like painty baby wipes. Painty baby wipes. Let's not confuse that with used. Painty baby wipes. Yeah, Joycey can do amazing things with that. Yeah, candy wrappers would be under packaging. Packaging, let's put wrappers and labels, just so we cover all that. It's all under packaging, any kind of paper. Yeah, paper grocery bags, which just seem to be harder and harder to find. Oh, look, we can just make this long. Grocery bags. Comic books, that's a good one. Don't tell my comic book friends that you're cutting up their comic books, but yeah. I do have an old book of like vintage comics that I got a clearance book that I use that. Yeah, yeah, greeting cards and bookmarks. Greeting cards and bookmarks. Old greeting card. You know, when you those are awesome. That's what I used to use for scrapbooking before there was scrapbooking uh, packaging. Yeah, playing cards. Y'all have so many good ideas. Yeah, paper lunch bags. That could have been a grocery bags, lunch bags. Paper wine bags. Do they have paper wine? Yeah, I guess they do. Okay. Let's put, because I know they sell the wine bags and gift bags. Like you could buy the pretty gift bags after you're done with giving the gifts, ask for the bag back. Eileen said speeding tickets. I think Eileen will throw that under your ephemera. That's Eileen's ephemera. Eileen's ephemera. Stick it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys are bad. I'm not even going to repeat some of that. Yes, we got wrapping paper. Yeah, we got wrapping paper. And now we have greeting card, wine bags and gift bags. Oh yeah, children's books and Kelly just said children's art. Children's books. And this, I'll put old, guys. I don't want, I've had people say, how can you cut up a book? Oh, it's going to go in the landfill if I don't use it. But children's artwork, yeah. Menus, that's a good one. Yeah, let's say takeout. Yeah, Janice, takeout menus. Not the kind that are sitting on your table that you walk out of the restaurant with. I don't know, Eileen. Jean, you'd have to ask Eileen. Oh, Debbie. I won't repeat that either on the recording. You guys. And I know there's more. I don't want to forget deconstructed journals. Deconstructed, your own deconstructed journals. We've done that so much here. We've taken apart our journals and reused them. I'm looking around here just seeing what else we might consider. Like old posters and record albums and I hate to say game boards in with paper, but we've used game boards here to make journal covers with. Game boards. Yeah, or copies of the kids' artwork. Yeah, let's do that. Children's artwork or copies of it. So I don't have any nanas writing me. Yeah, postage stamps. I think we put that under ephemera, postcards, letters, and stamps. We'll put that. Anything else, tickets, anything like that goes under ephemera. Yeah, got calendars. We got calendars. We got calendars. I don't know if I'd want to use those, Heather. Let's just say that goes under paper bags. Yeah, paper placemats. Oh, by the way, I did buy some cool. I bought two because I just want them on the end of the table. I try to buy a new kitchen table cloth every season. Just those cheap padded plastic ones, just for the kitchen table. And I buy, that's probably the only thing I like decorate other than Christmas decorations. I don't really decorate for the seasons because nobody comes over here unless y'all have, a retreat. But I bought a fall tablecloth with these cute little owls and hedgehogs on it. And then I got these two big plastic placemats that are leaves that look like stencils. Next time I go down and get coffee, I'll bring one up to show you. Dress patterns. How did we forget that? We all have dress patterns. Dress patterns. We got old cookbooks. Well, I'm just gonna say I said old books because that can cover every kind of book. It can be art books, cookbooks. It can be any kind of old books. Paper plates. Okay, I never have thought to use, although my mom said that for her Sunday school class, she's using paper plates with big googly eyes. She's kind of making big emojis out of paper plates, kind of like our, we got the post-it notes from Sharon L. Yeah, blueprints, Carrie. Yeah, blueprints. Old blueprints. Good. Y'all are so good at this. Oh, what did Prisma say? Divorce certificate. Oh, wait, I framed mine. Okay, that would fall under ephemera. Certificates. Let me just write certificates. Anything that's falling under ephemera here. Envelopes. There you go, Lindsay. I'm trying to squeeze these in here. Envelopes. So we have a full-on page of paper things to use. Yeah, envelopes and the security envelopes, which have patterns on the inside. Paper tablecloths, cross-stitch patterns. Yeah, any kind. Yeah, old diaries, that would fit under ephemera or old books. Um, yeah, where's dress patterns or craft patterns. I'll just put craft patterns because that fits not just cross stitch, but where you used to use like for doll making, any kind of patterns. Yeah, we got greeting cards on here. I am not writing down sick bags, Heather. That can go under paper bags. We have paper bags on here. She's determined for me to write sick bags on here. You need to photo this, upload it to Twitter. Why don't you just watch the video, Vonnie? You got it. Flashcards. There you go, Donna. Flashcards. Let me squeeze that in here. These are in no particular Vonnie. Vonnie will make a spreadsheet out of it. Yeah, old ledgers. That's another one. Old ledgers. Vonnie. Don't forget Bonnie's birthday is next Wednesday, Tuesday. What? No, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Bonnie. Wednesday. Yeah, Bonnie's birthday is Wednesday. X-rays. Oh, Eileen. I don't know. Would that fall under paper? That's more plastic. Paper or plastic, Eileen? Paper or plastic? I know, Bonnie. I'm just teasing you. Business cards. Yeah, that's a good one. Although that could almost fit under ephemera. Biz cards. Uh-oh, there goes Kelly again. Music sheets. Where's Jean? That's right. And I just sent Jean some. Music sheets. Thank you, Kelly. Now, dried leaves don't really, we're not making our own pulp. We're not making our own pulp here, Donna. Yeah, game board. I got game boards. Remember, this is paper, people. Paper. Paper, not plastic. Yeah, somebody said coffee filters. Yeah. Washi tape. Okay, yeah, washi tape. Or let's just say deco tape. That could include washi tape, paper tape, tape. You girls. Jean said, good one, Kelly. I'm sorry, Mark. Well, she can't hear me. She has no sound. Okay, I think we're good, guys. I think we're good. Post-it notes. Yes, we got to have post-it notes. Let me find a space up here. Post-its. We have that. Thanks to Sharon L. We're stocked up on post-its. Although I do try to send them out. I sent Terry. What one did I send you, Terry? I just sent you out a post-it note not too long ago. I don't remember. Monopoly money. Well, let's just say game boards and paper, game boards and paper, that come from games. Yeah. Yeah, plan sheets. Well, we have blueprints. Yeah, blueprints. Puzzles. Yeah, well, that could be under paper, and we'll put puzzles in there too. Puzzles. That's a good list. Bicycles. Terry, you're trouble. Terry is trouble. Yeah, my thing's repeating because I didn't answer. I mean, I didn't scroll. Canadian dolls, because Jean says there aren't worth. I swear. Yeah, I don't know if I want to put money on here, old money. That would probably fall under ephemera as well. That will fall under ephemera. You're exhausted, Heather? Crossword puzzles. That's a good one. Let me see where I can squeeze crossword. Okay, if y'all get a pen, or of course you can. I'll put the thing up here so you can see it. Crossword puzzle and other kind of puzzle books. Sudoku. No, Prisma. Prisma. You know what happens when you have to be trouble like Terry? You have to go sit in the corner. You're going to go sit in the corner with Terry, Prisma. Just saying. Yeah, we got deli paper. All right, let me go and stop and read everything we got. And yeah, we got that, Debbie. We got ticket stubs. All right, here we go. Yes, Blondie, we have plan sheets, blueprints. Okay, here we go. And I'll read it so you can see. Now, don't look at my writing. I'm scribbling here. A Flow magazine or any kind of books that about paper. Okay, any kind of books or magazines that are specifically geared toward. Yeah, we got receipts. Okay. Although recipes. Okay, recipes. All right. Well, I have cookbooks on here. Well, I have old books. Okay, let me put recipes. Recipes. Okay. And I'll put cookbooks since. All right. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? So any kind of like the Flow magazine or book or any kind of books that are about paper and have paper samples in them. Post-its, maps, old books for the text, clearance books, calendars, magazines, especially themed ones, old ledgers, junk mail, color books, deco tape, like washi tape, paper tape, wrapping paper, scrapbook paper, wallpaper books, catalogs, crossword puzzles, postcards and ephemera, like any kind of artifacts like letters, stamps, tickets, anything like that. Travel guides and brochures, grocery bags, lunch bags, comic books, greeting cards and bookmarks, business cards, playing cards, music sheets, like wine bags or gift bags, old children's books, children's artworks or copies. Receipts, stickers, rub-ons, paper doilies, jelly prints, your own paper that you make with stencils or stamps, clip art books, whether they're hard copy or online, paint chip samples and brochures, recipes and cookbooks, old photos, coffee filters, flashcards, newspaper, deco napkins, dryer sheets, painty baby wipes, packaging like wrappers and label, deli paper, tissue paper, gift like the gift kind of tissue paper, homework, tracing paper, paper plates, takeout menus, dress patterns, craft patterns, deconstructed journals, placemats, old posters, record albums, game boards, and paper parts of games, blueprints, and envelopes. Yeah, rubber stamped images. I said your own paper with stencils and stamps. Of course, postage stamps. I think we kind of put that. Yeah, we put stamps under postcards and ephemera. Stamps, like postage stamps. Okay. Yes, I think we're all hoarders too, Queenie. Bam. So anyway, guys, we kind of went to this because when we looked at, like create your own collage or the Flow magazine or Flow book or magazine where there's all kinds of paper ideas, paper piecing, and where do you get, did we say maps? Did we write maps? Yeah, we did. Where to find paper. Where to find paper. tell me you can't find papers. Yes, we got decorative napkins, Blondie. No, we did not forget napkins. They're on here. We have deco napkins on here. Yeah. They're on here. They're on here somewhere. Gonna make me dig. They're here somewhere. Where are they? Yeah, deco napkins. Decorative napkins. Yeah. Okay, so paper dolls, Kelly just said. Paper dolls. Paper dolls. Yeah. Corporate annual reports. That could probably fall under brochures and that sort of thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, so yes, paper dolls. So here, if anybody did not see that, I will make sure to put that in the description paper list in the description of this video. I'll try to remember. Yeah, Terry said to tell you good one. Stop it, Terry. You too, I tell ya. Quit talking to each other over me. Yeah, maps and almanacs. We'll do maps and almanacs. And again, guys, almanacs. Again, this I did not write every type of book you could use. I mean, there's art books, cookbooks, every kind of book. Just old books. I just wrote old books. I should add fabric. Then I'll have to add every type of fabric, Dorothy. Yes, we're going to keep it at paper this time. But we will keep that in mind, Dorothy, when we want to list fabrics. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Heather. Stop, Heather. Yeah. Okay, well, that is another good one too, Lindsay. Like handmade papers, like the Japanese papers, handmade papers, and like washi, I think, what are they called? Is it called washi papers, the Japanese origami? Handmade papers, origami. That's right, origami. Origami papers. Origami papers. You know, the little papers that are thin. You know, they're made for origami. Yeah. I thought we got stickers on here. Y'all quit yelling at me. We got stickers, don't we? Oh my gosh. You all have to make me look again. There. Right there. Stickers. No fibers. We're not doing fibers and fabric. Yeah, got origami. Okay, we're going to stop. Stop, ladies. Stop. Next I'll be doing fur and animals and faux fur and oh my gosh. Okay, so I also want to remember to put links to these right here. Oh, the other thing I was going to say. All right, so we talked about bunny designs. Let me just say these links real quick because I want to put them in there. So for some links for YouTube links, Heather, who is Bunny Designs, is doing some awesome color booking with watercolor in the Fantique color book. I'm not pronouncing it right. I don't remember the full name. But anyway, Heather's Bunny Designs is doing that. Xandra does paper piecing. If you ever want to see any kind of good paper piecing, Xandra, she does tons of mixed media, guys. But she Scraps to Beauty, Xandra. And then a new girl that I found online, her name is Sarah. She has a YouTube channel, but pretty much what she does is she shows. Let me see if I can find the link for you guys so y'all can. I will put it in the description box too. Okay, I can't get to it right now because I'm on another browser, but I'll put it in the link. Her name is Sarah, and I'll put her link in my description box. But she does color book flip throughs and supplies that work with color books. Now it's kind of a new channel, so she doesn't have thousands of videos or anything, but she'll take her new color book and I don't want to call it like a review, but kinda. It's like she'll show every page in the color book tell you the thickness, the price, where she got it, and a lot of times what supplies work the best on that book. For instance, like the Island Escape and the Rainforest Escape, she talks about how watercolor works best in that. So she'll talk about what supplies that she has found works best for which color book. So I thought I just came across her. Just came across her like a week ago, or even less than that, I think. So, oh, okay, Terry. So anyway, again, guys, that's all on this. So now, how far are we into this show? Do I need to start another one? We're only 30 minutes in. So let's go ahead and start a project. And I know it'll be more than one part. But I wanted to, so we have two Happy Mail and Haul videos. This one's 30 minutes of paper and a list. And now I want to do, oh, I did have some other things I wanted to show. How you can use different paper. Well, we talked about it on here. One of the things was clip art and online books and stuff. But the same kind of idea is to use your color books and your clip art. Of course, before color books, Dover has had clip art color books and clip art that you could color for way before color books were ever, popular, right? So this one, for instance, I just wanted to take you an example. This was from the Botanicals books. And I just made a copy here just to show you the kind of things. It doesn't have to be out of your color book. If you copy it out of your color book, just use it in your personal art journals, guys. There is clip out art there that's copyright free that you can use for like the same thing like this, but that's somebody's not put together in a color book. But you can color them. Now these are just got color washes on them, but then you go in there with your color pencils, just like we do a color book page. I got the hiccups. I don't know, how did I get the hiccups? Let's see, is this a dark green? Yeah. And you can go in here and, color your clip art or color book pages to use in your art journals. Okay, like I'm getting ready to show you, which we've done many times. We've done it in art journals and we've done it in the napkin journal. So here is, let me see if it'll open without touching the camera. I'm not going to go through this whole thing because y'all seen it a whole bunch of times. I've shown this book a bunch of times. But where you take color book images and turn them into your mixed media collage pages with paint. This is some kind of grapes or something, or some kind of flowers cut out of a magazine. This is all painted scenery. So you take your color book images and build a world around them with paint, collage, and mixed media, right? So using your color book images in your art journal. Where's that one that I always show? Here's some more color book images putting into your... Thanks, Busy Jill. Thank you. Where you use your color book pages in your mixed media art journal to make, like here's some giraffes out of the Creative Haven color book, and make you a mixed media collage using color book pages. The same kind of thing that we do in the napkin journal. Okay, in the napkin journal, it's a faux ledger. It's like a day book from 2009 that my sister gave me and never used it. So we turned this into a napkin journal, which by that I mean you use napkins, the decorative napkins, as your base. Okay, I need to fix my camera here, guys. Let me back it up a little close there for some reason. Got a little close. Okay, so napkins as just backgrounds, and then turn those into, with color book pages, with color book pages, turn them into their own little world. This one we have stickles on it. So that this one had the napkins were these fish. So we use the fish as a napkin base and then turned, cut out other things, mermaids, and the little Juliet Crane animals, and just different things. And I always try to make sure and put the name of the person, that color book that we used in these napkin journals. Again, a Juliet Crane, and then this was just a, I think, the butterfly color book here. Here's where we did something out of one of the fairy books. And the napkins were the bees. We had bee napkins and poppy napkins. Terry Trouble sent me those bees. Oh, brother. No, thank you, Eileen. And so let's see, what else do we have in here? I know we got a couple more pages done. There's this one that we use a little elf. And then the napkins were these sunflowers, and of course we put stickles on them. It's a little flashed out, guys. I know my camera has lighting issues. There we go. That's better. There we go. It's a little better. That's more true color anyway. Let's see what else. And then I got extra napkins stuck in here too. There's this one. The little bird. Just a little glittered up another little fairy. This is another color book page. This is a separate color book page. That's a different color book page. And then all this background was napkins. So anyway, guys, I think we maybe will do something out of this book. So here's another. This is all napkins here. These are some extra ones that I've tucked in here that Terry just sent. So anyway, maybe we'll do something out of this. Thanks, Terry, in case somebody missed it. So anyway, let's see what kind of book we want to cut out of. We always use the Juliet Crane one. Let's see if we can find something else. Although I am trying to keep it fairy tales, gnomes, mermaids, kind of like that theme going in here. So let's see what color book we can find. I mean, I do have this one. We've used some of this before, the Gardens and Goddesses, Volume 2. We've used some of these out of here before. She's pretty. Little Marie Antoinette type girl. She might be pretty in here. Although, again, I'm trying to keep it kind of fairies and mermaids, but, I do like her. Okay, guys, y'all can change the subject now. Yeah, Marie, we knew there were $100. Yeah, Marie's talking about the Prisma, 150 Prismas. If y'all look on Amazon, they're on sale. Let's see. Do I want that, or do we want to go with something different? Let's see. I'm going to dig through here real quick, guys. Of the Mermaid and Enchanted, we have these two that we've been using as well. The Enchanted Fairies, you can see I got lots of napkins still stuck in here. The Enchanted Fairy seems to be the one that we've been using the most. Here's one we've already cut out. And remember, I recommend if you're going to do, how did my camera get all cockeyed here? Hang on. I probably bumped it again. If you're going to color something and glue it, if you want it to, a color book element in your napkin journal that you're going to glue on top of, yeah, could do that, Carla, too. Fairy doors and houses. Yeah, I'd have to look for that one, Kelly. I'm not sure where that one is. Kelly recommended another fairy book we got around here somewhere. If you're going to color on top of napkins, you want to color it in the book or on something else, not on here. Because if you try to color, let me get that little sample. I'll show you a good sample here. If you try to color on top, let me get something that'll show up like a blue. If you try to color, like say her wings on top of the napkin here, look, I want to show you. I'm picking up the texture of the napkin. See, so you're fighting the texture of the napkin if you glue it in and then try to color it. Now, sometimes you got to do a little touch up or something, you know, that's one thing. But coloring a whole element after you glue it in the book, you're going to be fighting the napkin texture. So it's best to color it, you know, color it in the book and then cut it out and put it in. You can look at the page and match it. Like you might know you want, you know, these pretty greens or whatever color. And so you can look at this and kind of coordinate it. But I don't recommend cutting it out, gluing it in, and then trying to cut color. Because not only will you be fighting the napkin texture, but you will be also fighting if you've glued it down. Because you do have to put an extra bit of glue. Hey, Orla. You do have to put an extra bit of glue to glue these papers down on napkins that are textured. So you don't want to be fighting that when you're coloring, or, you know, and maybe we'll, you know, paint it today, watercolor. I don't know if we've ever watercolored one. We've used Neocolor acrylic paint washes and yeah, hang on a second, guys. I'm not separate. Okay. Sip of coffee. All right, so we can use maybe something like Enchanted Fairies or the Mermaids, because these are nice large ones. Although if we do a mermaid, I don't know if I want to put her in a garden. She might be a little out of place unless we could do a mermaid and then paint this out as water at the bottom, you know, or we can just find another page. Doing a question, I have acquired children's color books to use later. So let's just take a look-see. That might be a pretty water one. You know, like she's in a pond, like coming out of a pond or something like that. We haven't planned this out, guys. So here's the last mermaid one we did with the fish napkin. Yeah, I love this red napkin one too. So I don't know if I'd want to do mermaids in there though. There's one with eggs. That again, these are all napkins, guys. Decorative napkins. I do like this. So let's, instead of mermaids, let's go with the fairies. Enchanted Fairies. These are kind of tiny. I want to find something that's a little larger. Hang on. I'm thinking maybe. Let me dig for a second, guys. Although this is pretty too. It's like a little Asian girl. The kimono. That's a lot of coloring though. I don't want to take too much time to color. That might wouldn't work. She's a little elf. She's got her pointy ears. But that's a lot more flowers. That's more poppies too. So that would kind of, we already got enough red flowers on this one. Okay, hang on guys. I'm going to dig for a second. We'll find something. We always do. We always do. Okay, we also have these are tiny as well. I want something a little bigger. You know, I want a little bit bigger faces. I think that's kind of why we've gone pretty much with the Juliet Crane, because it's got big faces and works well. Okay, here we go. This is my old standby, my Fairyland one. So this one's got nice big imagery like this. Look, these are awesome. And we can paint these. Okay, we can paint these. We don't have to use all the background, like the little Prince Charming and her. Let's see what else we got here. Because this one has larger images. Because I want to paint some. Haven't ordered. We've used a couple out of this book before. We used her in the smaller version. But that might be pretty with her too, those two together. I like her too. Got the butterflies. Maybe her and her. See, I'm trying to see how they would sit in the book. Maybe we'll just go with this one. Okay, let's go with this page. So it's, okay, I think what I'll do is cut out the background, little people peeking out there. Okay, so let's go with this. It's perforated, but I got to get it right on the perforation there. Let's bend it a little more. There we go. Come on, there we go. And we'll go with this guy, like Prince. He's got his crown there. Okay, we'll go with this. Because I thought I want to paint, want to paint some instead of, although we could put color pencil in there too. I don't know. We never know, do we? All right, so I want him, and I'm going to cut him out, and he's going to be on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to cut her out. She's going to be on this side, and I'm not going to use the leaves. Okay, I'm not going to use the leaves. I'm just going to use them and this background. And then we'll paint them in. This shouldn't take too long, I don't think. We always say that 3 hours later, right? All right. So I'm thinking I want to do a watercolor with them, at least a start. We'll start with watercolor wash. All right, so let's just go ahead and get some. And maybe my Eileen water brush and my watercolor here. And I got my little book sitting right here to compare colors. Yeah. Okay, let's get a water brush here. Because that's what I'm going to use. Let me get my water spray bottle so I can wet down my palette here. Get it reconstituted. I like the 3-part quickie washes. All right, so I'm thinking there's a lot of pink and green in there. A light pink would be, I think I want her to kind of blend in, but not match so much that we lose her in the background. So maybe, thinking about colors here. There's some yellow and orange bees in there. I think we'll go with orange then. Let's go with a couple of shades of orange. Okay, we're going to blend that with this little bit left over because I think the orange and the yellow with the bees. So I'm going to just do Kleenex to keep cleaning off my water brush. And some yellow. So we're going to have a yellow and orange dress. She has a little cape on there. So I want this to kind of be a quick one here. Okay. Hey, Judy Patootie. Anybody else popping in? If you have any questions, put them in caps. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks everybody for popping in and being a part of the show. Let me clean this off. I want more yellow in here. Her cape comes just kind of sitting on her cape there. Again, this is just, you can spend much more time than I'm doing here. But it's the idea that I like to try to get across. On this page. More than anything, it's the idea. And I just use a Kleenex to clean my water brush off. It just works better than even a paper towel. All right, so, and then let's see. I think we will go with a nice dark green turquoisey. That's too turquoise. You want a little bit more green in that to go a little darker. Let's mix up a little more olivey color here. For our cape. And like she can have a little matching sash holding her little bag there. Maybe a little on her cuffs. Very, just flat color here to start with. Kind of like a green velvet cape. I think it's a mushroom she's sitting on, I think. It's a toadstool. So we'll do that different here. Bye, Emma. Thanks for stopping in. Might use that. I mean, I don't know what kind of bird that is, but I think I want it to be a red bird. I want him to kind of tie in. If I do him black, like a blackbird or a crow, he's going to stand out too much in the overall scheme of things, I think. Just a quick little page here. I don't know, I'm tempted to use, I don't know if I want to use those. Nah, I think I'll just paint in it. Okay. Ask Dede to fix what? What does Terry Trouble want me to fix? Oh no, I can't even imagine. All right, let's do a dark red, almost maroon brown toadstool. And I'll cut the bird out as part of it too, since he's kind of overlapping it. Can go back in here and put little white dots on it, like we want to make one of those kind of toadstools, the little white dots or stripes or something special. I'm going to paint over a lot of this, I know. Yeah, she's a young princess. She's a young princess, and the little prince is, yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about, yeah. No, that's just the way the dress is, guys. Trouble, Terry, trouble. Okay, let's see. Let's just do a quick little, I'm gonna make a little space here so I can get to a light skin tone here. Okay, I've got to fix something up before I get yelled at anymore. Okay, a little bit of flesh color. Let's go over here to him. Too much water. Don't get too much water on these color book pages. That's not going to happen. We'll cut the crown out separate too. So let's just color that yellow for now. A gold crown. An orange in the background there. We're going to cut these out separate images. Okay, Prismacolor, you guys, hold your horses. Okay, so I think I want to have him have some like green tights. I want them to kind of tie in together because of the busyness of the flowers. So let's just do it a little darker green here. All right, well, that's sitting for just a second. I got to think of what color I think I want. I want him to have blonde hair. I always do redheads all the time. I just, I guess because red hair stands out on a color book page. But real quick, let's see here. Let me get some acrylic here. I'm just going to get a dab of acrylic on before we have a hissy fit in the chat. We might add some detail, Vonnie. I'm going to put a couple layers of, gotta let it one layer dry and I'll put another layer. They're having a fit over her dress. We're going to fix it, people. We're going to fix it. It's going to take 2 layers to get over that dark line. Okay, Keela. All right, let's go back to our nice little watercolor that we're doing. So much for doing a quick page with you guys. There's no quick page. Oh my goodness. Let's put a little brown in there. Judy, y'all are laughing. Let me hit all this with the heat gun real quick because I don't want to start. You want to make sure to dry between layers because otherwise you're going to pill and tear your paper. So you want to dry it in between. Let me dry her too because I'm going to put another layer of orange on her dress. We might, Bonnie. Oh. Are you going to Prisma detail on top of these watercolors? If so, well, the watercolor I'm using are these koi watercolors. This is what I'm using right now, Vonnie. These right here. Has a little tray, and I just use the top and this tray. I use all the trays there. See, I'm acrylic painting on top of her dress here to fix the pleats in the dress. Let's see. Let me get a little bit of, let me get a little forest green here. How's her dark green? Hang on, guys. Everybody's having a fit with this girl's dress in chat. They won't leave it alone. They Won't leave it alone. So let's go over here with some acrylic. I can't cover up dark black lines with watercolor, obviously. So I'm going to have to use acrylic paint to fix black lines. All right, let's go back to the orange. Oops. Orange is so translucent. I should have put some white in there to make it. Let me get a little white. It's turning into a whole painting project. I know. It's because of you guys. I'm telling you. I'm going to put some white in the orange because the orange is so translucent. I have to put another coat. It's not covering up these lines, these black color book lines. Gee, I'll have to put another layer on there. That's better. We'll do some other pleating. Gee. All I can say if you're watching the recording, I guess they didn't have bras back in those days. Let's try these. No, no, no. Okay, let's go back to his little cape. So we got some orange for her. That'll bring out the bees and the thing. And oh, and then let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead. Let me just capture this. I think I'll have her have some pretty auburn hair too. Let's see here. Let's mix up some, add a little bit more water. My paints are getting a little dry. Let's see how that'll work. That's too red. Where's my Kleenex? I need another Kleenex. It's too red. I want a little bit more. It's still too. I wanted a different color than her dress. Although her hair, the thick black lines make her hair look almost black anyway. Yeah. I'm the boss of my color book, but I'm taking dress alteration suggestions today. I'm taking dress alteration suggestions. Okay. We'll shadow with her. We'll shadow with some color pencil. Okay, let's see. Let's have some ruby red necklace here. Although it could be pearls, but we're going to make it nice red. Ruby. And then we'll do a little sienna brown little pouch here. Too much. Little brown pouch. And then the bird again. Not sure what color bird. I'll go ahead and do him gray. Kind of a brown gray. We can shadow him. I don't want everything red. Little yellow beak. Because we're going to cut all this out. All right, let's set her aside. Oh, her flowers here. Let's see. We got to have those kind of be red and pink because the background flowers. I want her to kind of get lost in the. Let's do a little green leaves. We got to get. Okay, Sarah, thanks for stopping in. Hi, by the way. Sorry, I can't see the chat list today. Pop-out chat is avoiding me. So, all right, a little bit of flowers. Again, we can pop them out with a little pencil. All right, let's go. Let's play with a little bit of, let's go with a little bit of Eileen's. Let's see. I'm thinking of the colors in the thing too. In the page. Let's test this green. All right, let's just go with this nice bright green on his cape. I could just as easily have mixed it with the watercolor, but I just wanted to play a little bit with my brush markers from Eileen. Let's do that. I think I hear my mailman. He's been gone from 10:30 to 11:30 now. I'm just going to add just all over the place. Let's get a brown for his little boots. I don't know, I'm trying to stay in line because I'm cutting all this out, but the gray bird of reconstructive painting. Okay, I want this, let me go back to my yellow gold here because I want this to be almost like a gold banding on his cape. And then I think I'll go with, I really kind of want another maroon color, but I'm not sure where he's going to fall on the background. All right, we'll go with a, oh, whoa, no, I didn't mean that color. No, I wanted a purpley. Purple, there we go, that's better. Okay, kind of a purple color. Aubergine. Purpley color. Brush markers. Oh, your brush markers are on the way, so you'll love them. They're fun. Okay. And then the cape, I think I will go with like the same kind of a brownie color, gray color that's in the bird. Kind of a brown. Let's see. Because he's got the nice bright trim with the green. I'm going to add color pencil in there or another layer of watercolor, one or the other. I want him to, I'm imagining him on the red page. I want him to stand, I want him to be not so camouflaged that you can't see them in the page with the flowers. Okay, let's go ahead and dry this. And he'll have a nice ruby right there too. How do you make a flesh tone with Prisma pencils? A lot of layers. It depends on if I'm doing a color book page or a portrait. Okay, a color book page, I just would use a peach and a sienna or a mahogany for dark skin. For a color book page, I don't do a lot. For something like, let me get under here. For something like this, there's all kinds of layers. Like here's my dock. There's blue, there's grays, there's all kinds of, it can even have some green. So it just depends on you have to match the skin. But I don't do this much detail on a color book page. Where's my, I just happened to pick up the fan art one. Here's Nichelle Nichols. Here's Sean Connery. So anyway, I won't go through all these because I've shown y'all them 100 times too. So anyway, if you're going to just color something like this in, I would say, like a couple shades of peach. maybe a sienna, a brown, or something like that for a color book page. Yeah, for coloring books, just use peach or sienna for darker skin. You know, something like that. All right, let me dry this again. The little ruby red necklace I can still see is wet. And so, you know, if you dry the backs, that helps prevent wrinkling sometimes too. Although I never really care because I'm going to glue it down anyway. All right, let me move the watercolors out of the way here. Where's the lid to my... We'll add just a little bit of color pencil. Then we're going to cut them out and paint them into the background. We'll paint them in. Bye, Paula. Have a good day. Stay safe, girl. Don't injure yourself. I need coffee. Okay, after this page, before we do anything else, I'll have to, yeah, take a break in between this. How long have we been here on this one? We've been here an hour on this one already. Okay, so let's take our two things back here. Let me put this up here. Oh, out of the way. Gotta move all that out of the way. Right. It piles up quick around here, people. Piles up. The glue in a minute. All right. Let's bring my pencils over here. Sip of cold coffee. All right, let's go back on a little bit. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm just going to do a little bit of touch up here. Dark green. See, I hope you can see. I'm not going to zoom in. I'll just hold it up because I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to kind of do a bare minimum of coloring on top of the watercolor. But you can take all the time you want to, you know, shadows and highlights and everything. I want y'all to get the idea. That's my thing, is the idea. Let's do a lighter green. Put a little extra green in the leaves. A little, let's go with a light. Let's see with the blue. No, that's too blue. I need a minty green. Minty green for a little bit of highlight. Thanks everybody for being here and hanging out on our usual Monday morning. If you're watching the show on YouTube, I stream every Monday, most Wednesdays, and some Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, essence of shading is right. Yeah, just those little, you know, I'm going to paint over some of this. All right, let's go ahead and do the mushroom with the, this is mulberry. I don't think it might not be dark enough. Let's make it darker. What's this one? Tuscan red. Oh, need to sharpen it. I like the little bullet one. I like the little silver one. I like metal sharpeners. Trust me, I've tried them all. Although my new set, which I keep in the pencil case, because I pretty much use those for portraits now, the new ones that don't break. So I'm kind of using these leftover smaller bits of Prismacolors that break easy for my color book. Do a little shading, maybe put some white dots. Those, you know, those kind of dots that are on certain kind of mushrooms. I don't know what kind they are. Don't ask me, guys. I don't know. Essence of shading. Uh-huh. A lot of time in color books, that's a thing that's good for good practice. What's your name, Prisma? Or did you say? Um, because when I say Prismacolor, people think I'm talking about Prismacolors, and I not the name of a person. Um, a lot of times in color books, now these are very flat, you know, very flat images, but a lot of times, especially in the more detailed color books, they'll have shading already showing you where the shading is. All right, I want to, let's see, do a little pink in here, a little highlight. And I'm doing a bare minimum of shading and highlighting in this. I can tell you that. Bare minimum. All right, let's see. A little bit of brown. That's more bare. My sienna color here. Yeah, terracotta sienna. Her little pouch thing here. Oh, it's Bam. Oh, Bam. Okay. Okay, Bam. Sorry. I know you change your name. People change their names. I lose. I forget who they are. Used your magnet wouldn't let you use BAM, so you went back to Prisma. Okay. It's because you're a troublemaker. No, not really. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of folds back in the little band there because we just had to kind of make that up as we went. Let's go with the orange and see if we can kind of cover up even a little bit more of the, and let's put a little bit of shading with the brown. But for sure, the what do you call it? The more detailed color books have a lot of shadows already there for you to follow, and that's just such good practice. I mean, color books are so good for shading, highlighting, color mixing, color selection, color combinations. There's just so much. But like right here, there's a bouquet of flowers sitting on her lap. There's going to be shadows under that. If you're kind of don't know or don't think about shadows and that much, I'll give you. The thing is people won't want to do it. take take a week to start. I mean, you start doing it all the time when you do it a lot. But take a week and make yourself like in your mind for the week, look at shadows. Everything you look at, just say, where's the shadow in that? Like I'm looking right here at my paint cart. Look, right here. My paint thing. Right now, just looking at this, I can see a little circle, like a little ovally shadow under each one of those. There's a little, see the shadow right there? I don't know if you can see it on camera. There's a little shadow under every bottle. Train yourself to look at where the shadows are. Just spend some time. Look at this. See this right here? Look at that. Look. See how this is dipped down? See how the shadow is dipped down? Look. Look at the shadow. The shadow, that shape of that right there. See what I mean, Vern? But if you practice looking at the shadows, And highlights, for that matter. Colors, for that matter. The more you observe, the more you'll be better at it. It's, you know, it's hard to say every time you do a flower, there's a shadow right there. I mean, there probably will be, but what if the light was coming up this way? Like, what if there was a spotlight on her, like she was on a stage? Then the shadows would be back here. But the color books that have dots and lines and cross hatching and stuff like that in them, that's good for practice. It is good for practice. All right, let me get my pink here, and I'm gonna just gonna do a little bit. It's not gonna show up. Let me go with my white here. The tooth of the color pencil is not as good as the tooth of acrylics. So I'm going over a watercolor here, and it's going over some, but it's not going over as well as it would go over acrylic. I'm looking for shadows and everything. Yep, you got to do that. Okay, let me go to this little bird down here. Again, I'm trying to kind of crack a lack here, so I'm not here all day on this page, because I got to get something to drink. I do have to get something. Where's my gray? There's a gray. There's a gray. My biggest thing, I guess, is finding where the light source. Well, you have to imagine where it would be. Where's your light source coming from? I mean, and you know, stuff like this, you can make it wherever you want. You know, you can make it wherever you want. I want to keep him fairly gray, not black. I don't really, because it's going to be very harsh on this page if he's stark black. All right, a little bit of don't know how well this peach is going to go on top of. You spoiled with the acrylic wash. I am spoiled with the acrylic wash because the pencil just goes over the acrylic wash so much better than it does on watercolor. Well, I find. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am spoiled with the acrylic wash, but I mean, it goes over. I mean, it's going over on top of it, but this, of course, is very subtle too. Let's go over here to him. All right, back to the dark gray. Blue gray. Let's see if that'll show up. That might even be, yeah, it's gray. Again, it's easier to color, though, here, like before you cut it out, and certainly before you put it on a napkin journal. Now, if you're just cutting it out and putting it in a plain journal on top of a plain paper, it's not that big a deal. But when you're putting it over napkins that are textured, it is going to matter when you go to color it. And I'm just doing a minimum amount of coloring here. Okay, Carrie leaving? Okay, she'll be right back. And I haven't heard her update on her moving date. All right, dark green. Just a little bit of shadow here on this green. Got to get crack-a-lackin' and cut these babies out because we still got to paint them in. We still have to paint them in. Keep his tights kind of textury looking so they look like fabric. Same thing for his little leather boots. Okay, I'm going to stop on the shading now. But you can take more time. A little bit on the crown. Get a yellow ochre here. I'm moving some stuff today and saying happy birthday to give me more. Oh, yay, Carrie. Well, be careful now. Don't overdo your back and all that. Okay. Take it easy. Make sure you send me your new address, too. All right. I think that's a little bit of yellow in here. Let's just go and use some yellow ochre here. Test her out. Need a little bit of brightening up in these flowers. Okay, thanks, CB. Thank you. Oh, good. Yeah, get that help for sure. All right, let me go ahead and get some scissors, guys. Let's get crack-a-lackin' on this piece here. I'm going to fussy cut. Somebody asked me what fussy cutting was, too. I mean, and I understand people don't do this stuff all the time. It's when you cut right on the line or in a detailed, very detailed cutting. That's what fussy cutting is. You're being fussy. Always try to move your paper and not the scissors. Cut away excess whenever you can. Again, it's much easier to, let's go up here and then come back to that little bit. So we'll see what kind of a little world we can put them in. I'm so excited, isn't it? I know we're all happy for Carrie to find a good place to live after all her excursions. Okay, this also has a little bit of a perforated edge right there. I'm just going to, cut that off because I'm going to put this probably right into the spine of the book. Well, we'll see how it fits because the book is narrower than this. So we'll have to probably cut some off. We might have to. We'll see. This is probably going to be a lot of painted in stuff here, so. I'm going to blend them into the ground, Okay, get rid of this. Okay, let's cut this out. Cut the crown separate. I'm kind of off camera, aren't I, guys? I think my tripod kind of slipped down a little. I'll fix it in a minute. So hopefully y'all get some ideas. I didn't shade his little cuffs at all. Just get a better cut if you move your paper instead of the scissors whenever you can. And then you just kind of, what you're doing with your scissors, you're just doing this. You're not doing this. You just kind of go like this as you move the paper. If y'all have any questions, put in caps. So you're talking to me. And thanks everybody for being here Monday. A little bit of creativity and ideas on Monday morning. That's what we like to do. And then when you want to cut something out, like right here, instead of like poking in, which you can do, you can poke in there and cut out. If you just go along a line like this, and then get in there to cut out, because when you glue it down, you're not going to be able to see where you cut through something. And it's easier to get in there like that. So, you know, like cutting along that line, then when you glue it down, you can't tell that you cut into that. Same thing for right there. If you really wanted to get in there, I don't really care. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Cut the little crown. Did you guys hear that Jill was having? I heard she was I didn't know it was a girl. I saw something on Facebook, I think, or somebody mentioned it or something. I don't see her post very much, so I don't see any updates on her, Jean. You know what I mean, Vern? But I guess she wasn't really one to be much online anyway. So now that she's having a baby, I guess she'll be online less. You like that tip, Blondie? Yeah, it's a good, just follow along a line rather than trying to poke a hole into the thing you're cutting. See, same thing for this. Now, you do have to be careful if you cut through here and you cut through there, you've got an anchor. You know, you got to be careful where you do cut through so you still have an anchor. You know, you have to have an anchor, paper anchor, otherwise it'll just drop in half. So I'm just cutting the middle out of that. So you can see where I cut there. You're not going to be able to tell. Same thing on this side. You can come over here from the side and cut a line. Like that. And then when you glue it down, you can't tell where you went through a line. Okay, I got paint all over me. All right, so there we go. Let's glue these babies down. Let's decide where we want them. Let's audition them. All right. And when I glue something like in the book here, I just use Eileen's Tacky. I'm not matte medium down magazine images that need to be flat or anything. This will work fine, but I'll show you how I glue. And again, I'm not being condescending. I don't mean to act like y'all don't know how to glue. Don't email me. Okay, so I'm going to have her over here somewhere and him over here. So and just because here's the edge. So if I need him to be over more, I don't mind cutting something off. You know, cut that back or whatever. So what I'm going to try to do is just kind of, you know, play with it a little bit. I think I'm going to cut some of this off because I don't want to lose the whole bird. But you can see why I was concerned about the red. You see how everything, I don't want them to get lost. Like her flowers, that would be fine to be there. But the mushroom, see how the mushroom goes away? So I'm just going to kind of move her around till I find where I want her to be. Maybe right there. Again, I'll just cut that off. I don't mind cutting something off the edge. So I'm thinking that might be there. So what I'll do, and usually I'll cut down after I glue it down, okay? But I'm going to, right here's the ditch of the book, right here. So I'm going to fingernail it where I want to cut that. So now when I go to glue her in, I'll know right where to put her, okay? So I'm just going to turn that over and cut that down so I know that she goes right there. And I'm going to paint this in right here, so I don't care about that so much. But just depending on how much you want to paint. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim her hair here. Although, again, you can do that after you glue her in. Same thing. Bye-bye, little birdie tail. There we go. So that's going to go there. And I'll probably paint some grass and maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, she's being coy. All right, so now I got to decide where we want him and the crown. Yeah, I mean, he could even hold the crown, you know? I might have him just hold the crown like that. Have him kind of looking up at her. Something like that, I think. So we will decide where we want to trim this off. Right there. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, let's get back in frame. All right, so now a tip to gluing things is if you have an old phone book. This one's kind of a smaller one, but I just keep it handy. So I'm just going to a phone book here. And the reason you do that is because then when you get the glue on your page, you just close the book and those pages are glued together and you're not making a mess. So I'm just going to turn her over here. And I just use, like I said, I use Eileen's Tacky. Oh, she's being coy and color with coy. Oh, brother. She's being coy and she was watercolored with coy. Uh-huh. Gene. All right. So I put quite a bit of circles of glue. But don't leave it like all circles like that because you'll have bumps and lumps on the front of the page. And again, I tell y'all that when you're gluing on napkins, sometimes you got to go back in on some of the edges because of the texture of the napkin. Then I just take and I go all the way off the image like that. Smooth it right off. Smooth it right off. And then you have all your edges covered and you're not getting your glue on your table. Then you just turn the page and you got a clean page. Okay, so let's put her right here where we had her. Let's see if she goes this way. Get the bird right there on the edge, her hair. Okay, and just smooth it down. And again, this is texture napkin, so some of the edges might have to be touched up. You know, like right here, it's not wanting to stick. because of the texture of the napkin. Same thing for these little edges of her hair. The little bird foot. Gotta just add a little bit extra glue when you glue on a napkin. Okay, that flower. All right, I think it's pretty good. Now I'm going to take him over here to a clean page and same thing. And the little crown. I'm just smoothing it all the way to the edge. You don't have to worry about getting it on the table. Okay. I want this to fit in between his hands. Let's go this way with it. Okay, let me get a baby wipe for my hands. Did we forget telephone books? That would almost fit under ephemera now, wouldn't it? Okay, a little bit of glue right here. Telephone book pages would almost fit under ephemera anymore. Okay, his little shoe. So it just needs extra glue on some of the edges because you're gluing down on a textured surface. Alrighty. And also, it wouldn't hurt if you, especially if you want to put any other little bits in there, like that little spot right there just kind of bothers me. I should have just cut it out. I'm just going to go in there. But like, for instance, I can feel when I go on top of that, even that little spot right there with pencil, I can feel the glue. I can feel it mushy like. It's kind of mushy from the glue. So you can't go on here and color even right now while it's wet anyway. But just, you know, FYI, if you try to color, you can feel it mushing. And if you can feel it mushing, you'll feel it tearing if you're not careful. So I know these are some seem like, oh, well, we know that already. I just repeat out what I'm doing, guys. It's not like I don't think you know how to glue or cut or anything. It's just that while I'm doing it, I say what I'm doing. Okay, so there we go. As far as them sitting on there, now I got to paint them in. Mayhap some sticklage to add some sparkle to the crown. We might add some stickles. The thing is, guys, also, if you do add stickles or glitter or any of the, you know, Winkastella or whatever, for one, I would recommend that you use glue, the flattest kind of glitter you can. Like, even when I put stickles on something, I kind of smear it out flat. The reason is, now it doesn't matter so much in a napkin journal because the pages are so thick and everything. But if you're in your art journal, I cut that little piece, let's glue that down. If you're in an art journal that has thinner pages, the glitter, when you go to do the other side, same thing for a color book. If you put glitter in a color book and then you go to do this side, it's going to be textury from the glitter. Know what I mean, Vern? So just keep that in mind. Okay. All right. So now let's get some paint. See what we can do with that. So now I got to decide, do I want them in a garden here? Do I want any dark, sky around? Or do I just want them solely in the garden? Maybe I'll just put a little bit of green to kind of bring them in. So instead of using any kind of black, we'll just go ahead and go with a dark green to kind of tie them in. And I need some wax paper because I'm going to paint all the way to the edges. I don't want to glue the pages together here. So, oh, there's some water or something. Where's that water coming from? Where is that water coming from? There's water there. Where's that water coming from? That's weird. Maybe it's just a coffee ring. Let me get some dry. Maybe it's just where my coffee cup was sitting. I just want some wax paper to move around the edges. I did not learn gluing and pasting in kindergarten. You were busy eating it in crayons too. Oh, well, I told you, Boo, my granddaughter, when she started school, like preschool. She started preschool, and they gave her these little bitty scissors that with rounded edges, and what do you call it? Elmer's school glue paste. And she said, "Where's my Eileen's tacky?" She knew that this was the glue to use, not that school paste stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to start with my finger here. Got a baby wipe, and I'm just going to start kind of painting it in and blending them into a little garden here. And while the paint's wet, I'm going to move it around with the baby wipe. Now remember, I matte medium. This is matte medium, so I can easily move and blend, even on a napkin. Because I matte medium the napkin down previously. So it just gives them a little world, a little, shadow to give them a little bit of world. Of course, you can always, and I probably will come down in here with some pink and stuff. So just, because, you got that little ditch to contend with here. So I'm just using the paint that's on my baby wipe. But I don't want to lose all the light. I might even put a little yellow in there just to brighten it up even more. So just a dab. Let's just put a little bit of yellow paint, yellow on the tip of the napkin here. Kind of bring a little sunshine in there. And it's going to be subtle, guys. I'm not real zoomed in. So hopefully you can see. We're putting a little sunshine in there with the napkin baby wipe. I'm going to mix a little bit of green. Let's make a lighter green here, just to get right here in that little ditch. Just to kind of part of that flower there. So just start blending in and forming it wherever I want color on the top. Bye, Blondie. All right, so now I'm going to take and just move my wax paper down here, and do the same thing down here at the bottom. But I'm going to bring it up more. I'm going to bring it up around the toadstool, a little bit around the bird, and just bring the dark green up further. Like the edge of her dress, like she might be in the weeds. So while it's wet though is when I'm going to move it around. So I'm just getting the edges there. Okay. Now I'll take my baby wipe and start kind of blending it in. Going right over the color book here. Now you got to be careful. That's water. What do you call it? Watercolor. So, keep that in mind when you're moving all this stuff around. You're going over watercolor there, not acrylic paint. All right. Now I think I'll get this yellow here that's left, and I need more yellow. I'll probably throw in some little weeds and things here. Just kind of blend them into a little forest. Probably put some more red down here for their flowers. So you just do whatever. Just make your own little garden. Needs a little bit of something there. It's too bright right there. Let's go with a little bit more dark green right behind him. Okay, I need to prop this side up because it's making the camera skewed. There we go. All right, now let's dry this before we add another layer of something on it. Oh. I don't think you can buy these in a packs. They're only like, you can get them for $1. They're like $1 at, they're always on sale, maybe $1.29. They go on sale for 30% off. It's a lot of times you can get them 79, 89 cents. I like Americana craft paint. That's my favorite craft paint, but they're only like $1. Yeah, I didn't just go out and buy all of them at once, And now I just replace them as I run out. You can get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann, any craft store. I get mine at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and usually when they go on sale. Okay, so now let's add a little bit more flowers, some little buds, maybe some branches, and we'll call this one done. I got my little sharpener thing under here to hold the book flat. Yeah, they have a bazillion colors. They do have a bazillion colors. I don't even know that I have all the colors. I just buy what I think I'm going to use, guys, and I use a lot of acrylic paint. In my mixed media collage and my art cards and my art journals. Y'all know. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's go with a nice, like a cranberry wine. And I don't even really look at the names. I just pick it by the color. Some colors look the same when they're sitting on there. I just grab which one ever. All right, so I think I want some pink flowery things. Let's do 2, because I might want some solid and some a little white in it to make it a little. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit out and a little bit of white in it. Water it down, make some splashes, just to make it a little cohesive. I get something on one finger and I trail it all over the desk, so I'm trying to. All right, let's move this out of the way. Another baby wipe. Splashy brush, flexible brush, a little water in this and mix it. I want some little flower buds in the background here. Needs more red. It's too pink, too a little more red. Too purpley. I wanted to print out a page of color with Prism colors. What's sketchbook paper? Printer paper. You can print it out on cardstock. Just regular old 110, well, or 60, whatever, cardstock. Smooth cardstock. If you want to. I'll start with a little bit of splash of the dark pink. Then I'll probably go in there with a little bit lighter. I'm going to add more white. Just so that it looks like they're in the garden, like there's flowers and stuff in front of them, because I'm going to put some in front too. It's very subtle. You don't really see it very much, but let me add a little more white. I would just go with cardstock if you want to use Prismacolors. I'll paint some in too, I think. Just mush some in here. Bring a little bit of extra floral in here. Trying to set them in the world, you know. Thanks, Judy Patootie. It's kind of a quick page, actually. But I'm trying to kind of set them down into a little foresty world. Then I got to take a break, guys. I have to go take a break. Let's set him down over on this side a little better. Now we can put maybe, let's dry that first. I'm going to do a couple more things. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. I want even a little bit white. I want a little bit more flower in here. And down in the little foreground here. And I'm going to put some grass twigs and then maybe some tree branches at the top. A little bit of green is still there. Let's see, a thinner brush. Let's see if that still needs a little water. It's been sitting here a while. Get a little green here and just maybe put some few little something in there. Need a thinner brush, need a liner brush. Oh, that'll do for the tree though. Let's see, let me find a thinner. get a nice liner brush. The crown got lost a little bit. We could shadow it up. Okay, now I want to put a little bit of tree branches back in there. Let's dry it again. Oh, you know, the other thing we forgot to do, I was going to put some little dots on the mushroom here. Let's see. So I got enough white and pink here. To make it look like one of those toadstools that have, I don't know what kind it is, but just give it a little bit more oomph. Maybe some lines in this would be good too. Not on the bird's beak though. All right, I need to paint that bird's beak back in a little bit. Let's go with the yellow here. Thanks. Yeah, that's what the fun of painting in your color book pages is. Painting it in, you know. Now let's do some trees up here, then I gotta stop. Okay, so I'm gonna use this green and this red here. Let's mix up a little brown. I need a little bit more water. It's starting to dry out. Let's make our brown here. Let's see about a thinner brush. Let's go with this one here. Maybe paint in a couple of trees. You know, like maybe this right here needs to come in. Just kind of subtly, like it could be the trees, it could be these flowers might be really big, you know. They could be trees way in the background. Oops, Bobby. There goes my mailman. Just a few large branches, not getting too many twiggy things going on. But anyway, guys, I think This can kind of be good enough for our little color book, Prince and Princess. All right, let me do a little wash, a little brown wash on the crown here, since everybody really lost the crown. We also could lighten up the background a little if we needed to. Like, let's see here. Do I have any green left? No, I don't have any green left to turn it to brown. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little light green here. Bring the green in there instead of the red, so that the crown stands out just a little bit more. So anyway, guys, there's a big B right there. I'll pull in a little bit more. Don't want it right up on that edge, though. I want the edge to be dark. There we go. Kind of get our branches sit back in. So just got to play with paint. Just got to kind of play around with it, not be afraid. You know, just pick you out a couple of color book images where you say, I don't care what happens to them. I'm going to play with them. And we'll just see what happens when I paint with the napkins as a base. So I'm just going to go in here and add just a little bit more bright lime green, make a little bit of brightness here and there. Yeah, you gotta have an attitude. I just got someone messaged me on Facebook with a thumbs up. They must be watching in the background. Oh, thank you, Anne, if you're watching. Okay, there we go, guys. I think I'm going to stop on this page. A little bit brighter green right in there. Help pop the crown out just a little. All right, guys, I'm going to stop, save this video, and we'll see what else what other kind of trouble we can get into without Terry's help. Without Terry's trouble. So there's a strong screen for treason. Okay, so yeah, we're going to stop. And again, you can tell that, they don't look realistic. We could have, picked some other ones that had more. We picked bold black outlines on this one. And to watercolor them in. But, we have the more realistic shaded faces. you know, more shaded faces too. But these are just like kind of flat color book pages, and that's just kind of what we wanted to test out because we hadn't done one like this. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go, I'm going to save this video and we'll be right back. Thanks, everybody. Oh, let me hold it up. Hold it up a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, guys. So let me go ahead and save this video. And thanks for watching.